Welcome back. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Davy, the People's Program, the People's University, and the People's Parliament. Coming up right now is Talk Your Talk. And of course, yes, we have some students again, but don't you believe that because they are students, they don't have a voice. And that is why they are here, because we're going to give them a chance to talk. And, we know you think that some young people are ready, but quite a lot of them, they're very mature, already, probably even much more mature than some of us adults. So I have to my left, let me get it right, Jevaunte Daly. Why a person give you a simple name, man?
It is a simple name.
A pure complex name not giving the young people, man.
It's a simple name, Jevaunte.
But you go. So one time, they used to name people, give them Bible names like Abraham. Then they move to simple names, or they come to complex names. I give up. And you are DeSean Palmer.
Yes, DeSean Palmer.
DeSean. What, you're French?
Yes.
So what?
Like first name, middle name, French. Straight French.
Tell the person say you must go to France. DeSean. Okay, all right. Great to have you, my friend. Tell me a bit about yourself at school. What do you do, and where you from?
Well, I'm from St. Catherine, Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica. I am the SFA president of the Calabar High School.
What is SFA?
SFA is the Sixth Form Association, where we bring together both grade 12 and grade 13. So we try and unite the sixth form body to try to uplift the school and so on before we move.
So what you want to do eventually?
Well, I want to study medicine and become a general practitioner, and hopefully I will be able to further study sports medicine, yeah.
So why medicine?
Medicine because... So I am a firm believer in Christ, right? And I believe that I should give back to people. So I try and help them in any way that I can, in any illness or so they have.
I thought you're looking money. You don't want to make money.
Well, it's not really money. Not really money is the purpose. So just to help people give back. Yeah.
But you're abnormal because they have a young person, no? They look his money, who are already pretty clerks. And they're thinking about getting to a profession where they can drive the fanciest car. Well, so you're unusual.
Well, yeah, everybody has their goals in life that they want to, achieve. And yeah, that's just one goal for me.
All right, let me go there to boast in Jevaunte Daly. Tell me a bit about yourself.
All right, so my name is Jevaunte Daly, head boy of my school. I am from...
You're what?
The head boy.
You don't look like you're the head boy.
Why?
What makes you the head boy now?
Because of my leadership qualities at the school. The leadership qualities I have displayed over the past 7 years at the school.
So what? Am I looking at a future prime minister?
Maybe. Who's it? Let's see.
Or a politician. But I tell you something though, you don't even have to be a leader to be an MP, You only need to chat. Oh, do you chat? I don't know. I get myself into trouble. All right, so it's great to have you guys. And I'm giving you this opportunity. And it's not an interview, it's a conversation. I'm sure you're not here to talk about Calabar. We're here to talk about the education system, what is happening about young people, what do you think? But most of all, many of us are quick to criticize. But you know what we can do? Well,
we can't.
Everybody
quick to find a solution to the problem.
Solution. So we're going to criticize, but I want some solutions coming from the young people. Who's going to start off with me? Who's the cricketer who does bowl the first ball? But yes, you see other sports, I don't understand you. Yes.
Yeah. So my views on bullying overall. So bullying is...
I wonder why you pick on bullying.
Well, I don't know. I just think that it's a problem that we have in today's society.
And at all levels.
Yeah, at all levels. And it can be stopped. But in order for it to be stopped, we need someone to stand up to that form of oppression. Yeah.
And sometimes I think we need to find a problem first. in the situation before, as you say, we're quick to criticize, but I think we need to find a problem first in order to find a solution to the bullying, as said earlier.
But why do you have the bullying in school? I mean, when I went to school in the master, you could even as much as walk on the lawn.
Yeah.
But think of bullying somebody? You know what would happen to us when we walk on the lawn? Or do something that we ought not, break the rule? You know what
detention, 10 days.
Oh, no,
your time, lashing.
Your parents have not, you see, that's a problem, you know. Your parents need to teach you the history, you know.
But you used to get lashing, beating.
Yes, man.
The long ruler, stick, everything.
Everything. So tell me, why do you think it's continuing? Is that this, we're not, you know, parents are not in charge? Tell me, you know. If you're sure, so let me take it over, because I will take it over here.
All right. So my point of view is it can start in the home. It can also start where children have their relationships outside with other persons. The pressure gets to them, find a way how to release it on someone. Slightest thing that happens, they release it, where they have this aggression built up inside them. And as I said, the slightest thing occurs, someone, as we saw earlier, where a boy stepped on another one's shoe and he punched him to the point of near death.
But you know what was important to him? His shoes.
His shoe.
Probably the guy stepped on his face.
But maybe we could have said that, like, maybe he had some aggression built up from something that happened before, and just that little incident there ticked him off and put him over the wall.
But it's in my time. If you had aggression, you know, you better keep it to yourself. Something must be happening.
But nowadays, I think people have started to get more expressive in everything that they're doing now, so they don't keep anything anymore.
Well, there's some things we couldn't express. The school I went to, we were allowed to talk, and we had student council. The school I went to is probably one of the first schools to have like student council, and we were part of governance. But you couldn't go bully your man. You couldn't do it at all. But that's what the other challenges with the young people and that you're finding out that we're having these days.
Some of the other challenges with young people.
Yes.
Well,
and not only young, I should say the adults too, because I think they also make your lives difficult. You think of those taxi drivers and how they treat you on the buses. Your parents too, how they treat you. Missing parents, missing mothers, missing fathers. I don't think it's just fathers alone that are missing. So, talk your talk.
I think we allow certain things to influence us, and in a negative way. We allow certain things to influence us in a negative way, and because of that, it plays on our mental state, and it can lead to certain, certain situations in which we can't get ourselves out of. So
are you saying that a significant amount of us having mental... You are the one who was trying to become a doctor. So tell me, you think a number of us are probably mentally ill?
No. It's not a case of being mentally ill.
Why you jump to say that? When you watch the persons behave on the road, you know, sometimes I wonder if they're unstable mentally. Yes. Or you don't turn doctors, so you don't know. And you know, the psychiatrist, I'm saying, is, what is 1 in 3, you know? So there are 3 of us inside the studio right now.
So you're saying there's a possibility one of us might be mentally ill?
Listen, don't forget, mental illness takes many forms.
True,
right. And the behavior of the people tells me that something is not right. Have you seen the videos going around about what is happening in the schools? Have you seen those videos?
Yes, we have.
We have seen.
What do you think, and how do we deal with it? I must tell you quite frankly, I have not heard of any decisive steps taken to deal with it. And I'm not asking, I'm telling you. Yeah. If students know that they can't do certain things, they will not do it. I saw one with a girl, when she kicked the other girl. There's one died, and subsequently there was another one who did it. And I mean, it's pretty regular. I went to school, we are fight, you know. But you know how the fight work. You know, your parents tell you?
No.
Well, we go on at the back of the school and we have a circle.
Yeah.
And to you have a problem, so we say, all right, if you're bad, say fair. And I say, touch the button if you're bad. And then now, we set them on. And it turns for a proper fight. But it has to be a proper fight, you know. You can't hurt the person. And when it gets getting out of hand, now we stop it.
Oh.
That's the only type of fight. And when the fight finish, that's what's the end of it.
Very brief.
Yes, sir. But how do you suggest them? Because it is really bad. And those videos, I've checked them out. They are real.
I mean, that's the reason why we have certain clubs, you know, clubs and societies
in our school, like peer counseling, boy mentoring.
But it's clear it's not working. So it's not working, you know. We had clubs too.
Yeah. 'Cause the thing is, what we try to do is try to occupy the minds of the students, you know.
With things.
With
because,
positive things.
a mind with nothing to do is the devil's workshop.
Yeah.
But guess what? A mind with nothing to do can become very creative. I find many of our youngsters, they're not into creative things. Yeah. How many youngsters, for example, are learning music? I remember when I went to...
well, I'm a part of the band at my school. I'm the vice president of the club.
Which instrument do you play?
Well, I currently play... I'm a percussionist, but I also play the original drums itself. So I both play the drums and the conga drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, anybody who loves or play music, I think it does something for your personality. Yeah, especially with piano. I mean, you have to literally sit down for hours to learn to play that thing.
And that's one of the instruments I'm trying to play because I want to learn how to play that along with probably the bass guitar as well.
Yeah. Do you sing?
Yes, sometime.
Well, the sometime is going to be no. You sing even line of a song. No, you open your and let me hear if you can sing, because I can tell you, if you decide to be a broadcaster, you still want to be a doctor? Yes, of course you can be a doctor and a broadcaster at the same time. I would love to see more doctors get on radio and to educate and teach. So, sing the one line of one song.
Yeah, Paul.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Come again.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Come on, one more time.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Well, guess what? That's what Jamaica needs. One love.
One love. One love.
How do we now get that love into our schools?
All right. Just could we, for example, let's say we use students.
Yes.
Who change students, converted students, someone who was probably in the shoe of a bully, had did bad things, converted, transitioned into a better person.
Oh, before you go further, you know, uno not sound too bad, you know. Only me alone, me not try to harmonize, I'm kind of boil it up. Uno something, and you have a very beautiful voice. So, nothing you learned about the career nowadays, you can't just stick to one. You might have to 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I pick up the talent to you guys already. Yeah. Continue.
Yes. So I was saying someone who transgressed into a better person, to speak to them, someone who was in their shoe, to speak to them about what was it like in the shoe. Maybe it was fun, and then afterwards they converted, see that life is better on the other side, being a better person. Just someone who was in that shoe, to speak to them and try to get them to understand that, hey, this is not something good. You need to change and come over and do the right thing at all times and leave the bullying and the bad behavior alone.
You know, I've been suggesting something, that we have a national demerit and merit system. Because what I find is that the schools and the society put a lot of emphasis on material things, that's one, and 2, on academic performance. So, so you get, for example, 10 subjects, you're great, but you're not judged based on other talents. And I think we need to understand that for a great society, it's not just academic performance, because if you're bright academically and you cannot apply that knowledge, you are of no use to the society.
True.
So I have this grand idea of having a national demerit system. It means therefore they get a demerit is logged in a central computer. Now, I do know that, you know, children and young people will change. But you must show that you have changed, and then you can wipe out those demerits. But when you graduate, it should show how many you have still outstanding. It means, therefore, if you have certain amounts, it means, therefore, when you leave school, you need counseling. I put it to you that many persons who become criminals, they start to show that criminal behavior from school days.
From early, yes.
How come I know so much?
Well, you're older, more experienced. So,
I was a student just like you. I used to teach.
what subject did you used to teach?
Yeah, but you have a subject name every subject. I'm a listener from math, music, business, accounts, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. As a matter of fact, I used to mark for 60. So I have a good idea of what is happening out there with the young people. Now, I'll tell you one of the problems that we have with young people, lack of men in the classroom. So you can tell me. You don't have to agree with me, we don't have enough men in the classroom. And the challenge is when you have the men themselves don't know how to treat a young man. They get into a sort of competition and want to actually bully them. I had some rough guys. Of course, I did it, I'm not supposed to. I punched one day. I still look shocked. But I found that young people, when they realize that you love them, they don't care. I punched him pretty hard because he wasn't coming to my class. And it's a long story, but the long and short, I told him I need to see his father. Never did. So I told him that as of now, I'm your father. So he had to start attending classes, and he said in Calabar fight, Mr. Davy gave up. The principal, the vice principal, you can't do that. But yet when she spoke to him here, if Mr. Davy didn't love you, then he wouldn't come out there for you, And the long and short, I hope he's still listening. I think he's in the States. That's what I used to teach at Papine. That bad boy ended up he didn't want to take the subject, when he left Papine, he went and did GC, and he got credit in accounts. Oh. So it's amazing what you can do with people.
Yeah.
But you're a male, and you just start on big man. I know what I do as a teacher now. Oh, it's a fool, boy, in front of all the girls. How you feel?
I mean, well, for one, you could take some form of offense to it.
But you're not going to show it out.
You're not going to show
it. So you say, but I tell you, by experience, the youngsters, the worst thing you can do to a youngster is to embarrass them in front of the girls.
And then some of them it comes back to the influence, because they're going to see the young girls now. You being the teacher, you say, maybe you say you're fool, so and so, and the child is going to retaliate to show that, them not going to take this from an adult in front of a person. So it's just the influence, and it's just your mindset, because for one, I would take it and laugh it off as a joke. I wouldn't retaliate or anything like that.
But some are very sensitive, though.
Some are very sensitive.
But what I used to do with them, I call them outside. I said, you're a big man, man.
Yeah.
You can't be like a blinking idiot in front of the girl. I'm going to like you.
And then that pep talk.
Yes, sir.
And then that pep talk at the end can do so much.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Go back inside about big man.
Boost confidence boost.
Confidence boost. Because you correct them from.
Right. But another problem we have, like I was going to say too many women, but what do you do? It's a pay to, and men are expected to maintain the women. So you find the women getting to teach, not the men. Because the woman are going to take up a man and earn enough. And therefore, I think many of the youngsters, they don't have any father figures in the school. You grow up with your mommy, you go to school, it's pure women. Everywhere you go, it's women in charge these days. While you might have the men at the political level and probably at the corporate level, they see women. And I tell you something, what you'll notice, you'll find a lot of men and boys, even in broadcasting, because they're trained by women. The mannerism is what a woman would display, I'm telling you. So, we really definitely need, because a man and a woman, they're two different. And even the way you learn. Oh, by the way, who mature first? The men are the boys or the girls?
Isn't it scientifically females that mature first?
Yeah, first.
At
an earlier age.
At an earlier age.
Or the two bright, no. So why is it you send the boys and girls go take with the pep, no? Yes. At the same time, right? Put them through the system at the same age, and they say, boy, them are dons. And you compare them with the girls.
Because the thing is, some boys start off slower than girls.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah. Exactly. And how can you have an educational system which does not recognize that girls learn differently from boys? I'm going to tell another thing about the classroom. You think it is a boy stone and keep quiet for 1 hour?
No.
But that's what I teach everybody.
No.
I'm going to give, and I say, because this is a religious station, I say it quite nicely. If you have 20 dogs at home, you have a night time come, you're missing 2 at 12 o'clock. How many female dogs you have? You say you're good at science, but I figured out one. You don't figure it out yet. All right. It's clear that they don't figure it out, or they figure it out, they don't go out. Good. I'm not saying we're all dogs.
Yeah.
But we are animals. And I'm saying this to say that how animals behave, you have some general tendencies. And we have to understand. So I found that the boys learn better when you take them outside, they do something practical. But yet we put them together with the girls and we expect everybody to learn the same way. Same way persons come from different communities. If you come from a society where you see books and so on uptown, you're going to learn different from a guy who just stop on the corner.
Yeah.
You see, I might be talking too much, so I'm going to keep him quiet. I'm not used to teacher, and I'm not a teacher here this morning.
But
why the silence is deafening?
All right. So, for example,
yeah.
At school, in our sessions, as you said, boys learn differently than girls. Normally, when we have...
Well, you're lucky, you're a boys' school.
An all boys school,
yes,
so the system understands. So, what they usually do, as you say, boys can't sit for an hour, they would allow us 5 minutes if it's a single session to get 5 minutes walk, come back, and then if it's a double session, we get 10 minutes to walk and come back and then refresh ourselves, and then they continue with the teaching process. If, for example, in physics, when they're teaching certain things, and physics has a part of the syllabus that deals with mechanics.
Practical things,
they take us outside and we look at the other teachers' cars to see the different things, and we see them in real life.
That's another thing about the boy,
Yes, we love
they want to touch and feel, right?
Because even chemistry, right?
Yes.
We'll do this experiment, so the sodium and water experiment. So we normally...
You tell me like I know about chemistry. Tell me about that soda.
So we normally fill a bowl of water.
Ceramic bowl.
Carry it outside, ceramic bowl. And carry it outside. And we'd cut piece of sodium and drop it into the water.
To show the reactivity.
Yeah. And then it would normally fizz and give off hydrogen gas.
Yes, and it
explodes.
It bursts in flames first, and then it explodes.
And it becomes what this. When the sodium mixed with the water, which is what, H2O?
Yes.
And sodium is what? Is Na? I trying to
remember. Na, yes.
So it forms
sodium. So remember slow word then.
It forms sodium hydroxide.
And sodium hydroxide is a type of acid? No, it's a base, right. Hydrochloric acid, no. Would be,
yes, the acid.
So, but the problem with the boy, he thinks he's not going to experiment further and kill off himself.
Right, because when we're in class, I know curiosity comes out sometimes. I was say, what if we put the sodium in our hands and put the water in it? What would happen?
We're even speaking about liquid hydrogen.
Yes, if liquid nitrogen, if we could put our hands in it and take it out back. And
by the way, that's the way you have to think, The only thing about it, if you can learn from somebody else, because don't forget, the right brothers and others who tried to fly before, and put on feathers, they crashed, and that was the end of them. So that's all.
And then others learned.
What we need to tell the young people nowadays that there are many others older who have learned it already. Yeah. So if somebody walked and stepped into a pothole, they're going to walk and step into the same pothole.
No,
don't make sense.
It makes sense.
All right, we have another. Well, we only have about a minute or two. Recommendation, suggestion. Nationally, now, you're the Minister of Education. What need to do to correct even one or two things in the system?
I mean, probably certain programs, workshops with the Dean of Discipline. Would have workshops with the Dean of Discipline along with the students and higher staff, so that the principal, vice principal could invite in other persons who deal with, psychological problems, I guess.
The guidance counselors can make the department bigger.
Well, I will tell you something though, which is quite harsh. I think that criminals have no place in the school. Children who have psychological challenges, you need to carry them to an institution.
Yes, and that is our next problem as well, because some parents know that their children are not mentally well and they still put them in the system. They fail to accept that something is wrong with their child, because everybody has this thing that they're saying, okay, my child is perfect and he needs to go in the school system.
What are you doing that every day you don't have any yet? I don't understand you.
I'm a part of the peer mental society, so I've been exposed to some of these things.
Yes. I'm asking your business now, our parents, and you can say hi to them too. You only have about a second left. Parents still alive, both of them?
Yes, they are alive.
I live with both parents.
Yes, I live with both parents.
Just hi to them, man.
Hi, mommy. Hi, daddy. I don't know if you're listening to this.
I wonder their mommies and daddies all over Jamaica, whatever them name. Then have no name. Quick, man, quick, time is going.
Hi, mommy Nicola Mackenzie. Hi, father Jevaunte Daly. Here on radio, representing my school.
And you represent your family to sustain it.
Hi, Mom, Sabrina Brooks Palmer, and hi, Dad, Junior Palmer.
Right. And we're not going to run here till we have another program coming up. I hope the teacher.
Can I say just one more thing? As you said, a recommendation for the boys' schools. We know that we have the subjects, the mechanical engineering and the building technology. We would say that we could incorporate some of the skills in high school early, like well, I know some schools do it, but not all do it. Like, for example, academics might not be for every boy or every girl, and you could incorporate some of the skills. So, like, for example, electrical, make it bigger in the school, plumbing, mechanics, car mechanics.
Have to run now. But I'm not going to run yet. I'm going to ask you to hang around, but you have to keep very quiet. I probably can step outside, we'll take some pictures and so on. And the teacher there, who is there, it looks like you want a word of prayer from Pastor, right? Derval Hamilton. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby. We're going to go for the break right now. Yes, thank you very much, students from Calabar High School. Let me make sure I pronounce the name correctly. Jevaunte Daly and DeSean Palmer. I got it correct. Really? Take care. So come back. Don't move.